सबसे पहले before starting the show and getting into other detailed and army specific questions, please आप अपना एक बार introduction आप खुद ही दीजिए because I don't have words to tell so many things about all the feathers that you have in your cap.
Actually, I started my career as a soldier in the army in 1997, and I was lucky to be part of one of the biggest operations we have carried out in that era, that is Operation Vijay, which is known as Kargil War also, and then followed by deployment in Rajasthan region during Parakram when there was a parliament attack by the militants, and then obviously the recent Operation Sindhu. I was in the ranks for around 9.5 years, and with guidance of someone from the forces itself, I tried for the commission as Special Commission Entry Cadet, and luckily in the very first attempt, I got through and I joined IMA then in 2006 and passed out in 2007. And since then, I am on the other side of the fence in the offices lobby, and I'm seeing things from a very other perspective, which I have seen earlier as a Jawan in the army, and now I can actually go through the environment fully, and I know when, what, and where is required in what way, and it helps me a lot to actually give my best in every field. So my only endeavor is to keep the balance in the previous service of mine and the present service. You can say a scenario where I get a chance to actually balance out my daily routine with my unit boys and the officers.
Wow. तो हमने ना ये ऑपरेशंस के बारे में सुना हुआ है. जब ऑपरेशन विजय, सो हम लोग छोटे छोटे थे और देखते थे कि कारगिल वॉर हो रहा है. एक्चुअल ऑपरेशन विजय क्या था?
मैम, ऑपरेशन विजय जैसा कि काफ़ी हद तक लोगों को क्लियर है कि पहले ट्रीटी थी बिटवीन इंडिया एंड पाकिस्तान कि जब विंटर्स आएंगी, स्नोफॉल का टाइम आएगा, तो जो हायर रीजन्स की पोस्ट है उनको वेकेट कर दिया जाएगा बाय बोथ द आर्मीज, एंड वंस द स्नो स्पेल इज ओवर, स्नो इज मेल्टेड एंड द रूट्स आर ओपन, ओनली देन विल कम बैक एंड ऑक्यूपाई आवर ओन पोस्ट जो हमारे पास ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट करती हैं. बट इन 1999 they did the other way. They did not vacate their posts during winter, and before we went in to occupy our posts in J&K region, that is the Dras Kargil Battalion region, they occupied our forces ab initio with the help of you can say some of the army of Pakistan and other the Mujahideens also, and they were at the dominating heights. Going where was a difficult ask in itself. Therefore, if you have seen the operation, have read about the operation, you will come to know that in initial stages of around 2 to 3 weeks, there was no success gained by the Indian Army. And once the artillery came in, and then basically the first step was actually put in, and first post was taken in the Kargil region.
Okay.
So you can see that the enemy sitting at the place where even if he throws a big stone on us, okay, it works like a, you can say, a bomb or a bullet, or you can say anything else, which can actually take away number of soldiers climbing up towards their post to actually attack on them. And in that scenario, when there is snow, the weather is yet to set in, chillness is already there, winters are still going on in that region. It was a task in itself to actually go fight and make them vacate the post and run away was, you can say, a Herculean task, which was done by the army in the best way. And after this war only, when the artillery was actually used in a direct firing role, you can say, artillery basically is the indirect firing weapon, where weapon is somewhere, target is maybe around 15, 20, 30, 40 kilometers away, and the round is fired from somewhere and is landed somewhere where the firer cannot see it. So that is called as indirect firing. But during Operation Vijay, it was fired like a rifle, that the gun is aiming on the target, target is seen, and it is firing the bullet as the trigger is pressed from the rifle. And after that war only, one of the US writers have given the title that the artillery will be the god of war hereafter. So it was a mix of Air Force, Army, which actually led us to the success in that operation.
So who was the biggest enemy of yours? Was it like Pakistan or was it the nature? Because nature was against India.
Yes, definitely. Nature and terrain was against us, because if this would have been in a plain terrain, we would have got success very early and very easily. But as I told you that even a big stone was working as a lethal weapon against us. But yes, Weather, definitely, because troops were coming from outside. They were not demobilized already, and the one who were present actually were very lesser in numbers, and then we have to pull in strength from outside. So they were without any preparation for that weather condition, that rain condition, as of moment when they are about to go and being launched into the operations. So it was one aspect, but yes, you can say it was 50-50 at that time.
So we have seen so many movies, we have heard so many stories. Any goosebump incident which we don't know? Of course, we don't know many stories. So जो आपके सामने हुआ हो.
Uh, the thing is, there are a number of moments where you actually get goosebumps, and when you are getting goosebumps, you are in that zone where you might get something shocking in the next moment. So you can see the movies which you see. Actually, whatever is the scene enacted by that particular actor or maybe the person playing that particular role, it has happened on ground.
Okay.
But you see it in a way that it is covered under a number of security aspects being taken into consideration, all the aspects which can actually make that person harmed while he's enacting that particular scene or that role are taken care of. All the, you can say, the practices for safety are taken. But once you realize that this thing, that on ground, without any safety, without any support, they have done it. So that feeling will always give you goosebumps. You have seen a number of movies where you find that only one guy is fighting with number of enemies and he is killing them, which is just an inact type of scenario for you in the movie. But you just put it into real world scenario and then see it then and there. Yeah, that will always give you goosebumps.
सर एक ना सिनेरियो होती है दैट यू डोंट गिव अप. ठीक है, आपको पता है कि आगे दुश्मन है, एक गोली भी कुछ भी कर सकती है, गोली का पत्थर भी कुछ भी कर सकता है. सो हाउ डू यू मोटिवेट योरसेल्फ एंड दैट डोंट गिव अप एटीट्यूड? हाउ डू यू मेंटेन दैट एटीट्यूड?
Actually, लाइफ में कहीं पर भी, इवन इफ यू गो टू स्कूल, you are taught something which carries you forward in the entire life you are actually living after that, from ABCD to then going to your PhDs and PGs and whatever. Similar thing goes with us in the army. When we go to training centers as Jawan to get trained, you will get a lot of punishment for very small mistakes, or you will feel ki for this mistake I should have been only given a small punishment or no punishment or warning. But for that also you will get the biggest punishment one can ever think of, and then punishment keeps on going for hours and hours and hours. It tests your mental and physical stamina both, and you know that you are under training. You cannot do anything about it. You have to just go through it. It's something like you have been tied, your hands and legs are tied, and somebody is slapping you. You have no option but to keep slapped by the person. But the moment you are released and somebody slaps you, then what will you do? You'll only do the thing, the slaps you have been given by the other person. The entire anger, anguish will be taken out on that person. So that exactly this thing happens with us when we are in training. We are given so much of ragada punishments for no reason at all, that anger boils into us कि बिना मतलब के हमको रगड़ा जा रहा है और पता नहीं. And then whenever somebody comes out to us and we feel कि ये गलत कर रहा है and we have the option to give the answer, then the entire thing which is there in my mind, in my heart, that anguish, that anger against that particular situation, it comes out here, which helps us to actually move ahead. So giving ragda in the academies and training centers is not like this just to make you feel bad or something. No, it is to actually give you that mindset that जब कोई गलत कर रहा है आपके साथ और आपको ऑप्शन मिलता है कि आप उसका जवाब दे सके, then you go all out without thinking what is going to happen to me. So that is what pushed the Indian Army to actually do well in the wars or operations scenario.
What is the brutal punishment that one can get in the training?
It is not about the brutality of the punishment. It is about what punishment or what type of punishment you are being given. For example, if somebody tells me to hold a 50-gram glass in my hand and keep my hand like this for hours and hours.
Okay.
After some time, my hand starts, getting that feeling कि अभी ये यहाँ से टूटेगा और नीचे गिर जाएगा. That is the pain I start to feel after some time. But because the orders are there and your senior is standing in front of you, you can't put your head down. A bicycle is given to you and you need to keep your bicycle up all the time for maybe hours. You are made to roll on the ground for hours and hours. So this is not the brutality of the punishment, it is the punishment in which form it is given to you and how painful it is for you. And you also know at that point of time when your senior is actually giving you that punishment, that the wrongdoing what I have done is not worth this punishment. So your mind starts getting that feeling कि क्यों मेरे साथ गलत हो रहा है, and then you feel like I can't do anything about it. यार मैं कितना मजबूर हूँ. पर जब वो मजबूर नहीं होता आदमी और जब उसको मिलता है मौके कि अब मैं किसका जवाब दूं, तो फिर वो जवाब देता है जिससे आपको 1965, 71 Kargil war, or maybe after that Sindoor, may you get the victory always. So that is the main reason for it.
तो मैंने ना सुना था, I mean when I was listening to other podcast also, कि वो जो punishment है कभी होता है कि आपको जहाँ पे pigs वगैरह रहती हैं, you are forced to stay there for some time, कि आपको वो smell वगैरह की जो है वो एक body adapt कर ले. एंड छोटी छोटी हैंड्स होती हैं उनके बीच में इतने टाइम रखा जाता है, यू जस्ट गो आउट एंड टू द बायोलॉजिकल नीड्स एंड देन यू जस्ट मूव इन. सो ऐसी भी पनिशमेंट्स मिलती हैं? नहीं,
ऐसी पनिशमेंट्स आज के टाइम पे नहीं है. इनफैक्ट फॉर लास्ट 29 इयर्स आई एम इन द आर्मी. मैंने ऐसी पनिशमेंट्स के बारे में नहीं सुना है और ना ही मैंने देखा है होते हुए कहीं. मे बी इन द अर्लियर डेज ऑफ आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस माइट बी दिस वाज द नॉर्म. आज नहीं है. बिकॉज आजकल पनिशमेंट्स उस तरह की आ गई. मैंने आपको बताया पनिशमेंट इज नॉट दिस सिनेरियो विच इज क्रिएटेड, इट इज व्हाट इम्पैक्ट दैट सिनेरियो गिव्स यू इज द मेन एस्पेक्ट. तो वी हैव नंबर ऑफ पनिशमेंट आई टोल्ड यू, जहाँ पर अब सर्दी है, 1 जनवरी है, आपको ले जा करके जो एक पॉइंट बना हुआ है आपके लिविंग के बाहर, उसने बोला जंप, खत्म. ठंड है, माइनस टेम्परेचर है, जंप एंड यू stay there from midnight 12 to 6 in the morning in that water for no reason, for a small mistake or silly mistake like that. So staying in that water is a punishment, such punishment where you will keep shivering entire night but you can't do anything about it. So it is like that. But this punishment I have not heard or seen ever in 29 years of my service.
So body तो body है, मतलब उसको एक तरह से एक मशीन की तरह बनाया जा रहा है.
मशीन नहीं बोलूंगा मैं, बट मैं ये बोलूंगा कि हाँ, बॉडी साइकिल जिसे कहते हैं, जो हम सारे ही मतलब जो ह्यूमंस हैं वो इस्तेमाल करते हैं. तो हमारी बॉडी साइकिल को ऐसा बना दिया जाता है कि हम एज एंड व्हेन रिक्वायर्ड उसको चेंज करके अडेप्ट कर सकते हैं. आपको बोला जाएगा आपको 3 दिन जगना है, योर माइंड विल स्विच ऑन फॉर 3 days अवेक मोड, उसमें चला जाता है अपने आप. आपको बोला जाता है आपको आज पेट्रोलिंग जाना है फॉर 72 hours और 96 hours, योर बॉडी स्टार्ट्स इन दैट मोड और वहाँ आगे फिक्स हो जाती है कि मुझे 4 दिन चलना है भाई, मुझे रात को रेस्ट मिलेगा, दिन में मुझे चलना है. एंड दिस इज द टेरेन, दिस टाइप ऑफ एफर्ट इज रिक्वायर्ड, और बॉडी अपने आप उसको अडेप्ट कर लेती है. एंड देन यू गो एंड फिनिश इट एंड कम बैक विदाउट एनी प्रॉब्लम.
हाउ डू यू मेंटली एंड फिजिकली ट्रेन योरसेल्फ? बिकॉज फिजिकली ट्रेनिंग के साथ साथ एक मेंटल ट्रेनिंग का होना भी बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. दे गो पैरेलल. बिल्कुल,
आप सही कह रहे हैं. और मैंने आपको बताया अभी, फिजिकल ट्रेनिंग होती है हम लोगों का, पीटी, गेम, स्पोर्ट सब चलते हैं सेंटर्स में, एकेडमी में टेस्ट होते हैं हमारे. यू हैव टू पास दोस टेस्ट विद सब स्टैंडर्ड्स, ओनली देन यू आर गिवन द कमीशन or you are given the passing out opportunity from the academies, or otherwise you are relegated twice, and third time if you don't do it you are out of the academy. You cannot keep on rolling for 6, 7, 10 years कि मैं आज कर लूंगा कल कर लूंगा. No, there are only 3 chances which is given to you. First term you are there, second term, third term, if you pass it okay, and once you are relegated twice and third time you are relegation zone, you are out of the academy. So there is no, you can say, leeway to anybody as far as the physical challenges are concerned in army. And mental, I told you, you are made to do things you have never done as a student or maybe as a civilian in life. आप सुबह आते हो, आज आपने IIM में ज्वाइन किया है या OTA ज्वाइन किया आपने, कोई एकेडमी ज्वाइन किया आपने, आप आज पहुंचे हैं, आपने ज्वाइन किया है, 3 दिन आपका डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होता है, चौथे दिन आपको सुबह बोला जाता है आ जाओ भाई साहब, खड़े हो जाओ और चलो 2.4 किलोमीटर 9 मिनट का टाइम में भागना शुरू करो. You have not run for ages because you were into books, everything, or maybe you are playing on टैब और मोबाइल और एनीथिंग लाइक दैट, और मे बी ऑन लैपटॉप. उसके बाद 2 दिन बाद बोला जाता है ठीक है जी आपके पीठ पे डालो जी 5 kg का वेट, हथियार उठाओ 4 kg का, गो 5 kilometers in 25 minutes, come back. And that is the standard you have to set. You have to come below 25. Then you come, climb the rope, then you horizontally rope, you do it, then you jump on the ditch, do this. So there are number of parameters on which you are tested. So physical and mental, because you are given time. Anything which is time bound gives pressure to your mind. Something like your exam. 3 घंटे का एग्जाम है, क्वेश्चन पेपर देखते हैं, अरे तो बहुत लेंथी है, खत्म नहीं कर पाऊंगी, या कर पाऊंगा कि नहीं कर पाऊंगा, पहले से ध्यान आ जाता है. So that is the mental thing which actually appreciation starts the moment you get into something new. And let me tell you, initially when a cadet comes for the training in any of the academies, उसका फिजिकल स्टैंडर्ड आओ 50-50 मान लीजिए, बहुत भी कम अगर बोलूँ तो 50-50 है जो थोड़ा बहुत करके आते हैं, 50 टोटली बिल्कुल फ्रेश फ्रॉम टेबल चेयर से उठ के आ जाते हैं, एंड दे हैव टू वर्क हार्ड टू एक्चुअली अर्न इट। और उनके लिए वो मेंटल टॉर्चर ज्यादा है फिजिकल टॉर्चर से। फिजिकली धीरे धीरे 2 दिन भागोगे, आपके थाइज में थोड़ा सा आएगा, क्रैम्प आएंगे, कुछ आएंगे, उसके 3-4 दिन बाद यू आर नाउ ऑन रूटीन, तो ये सब बंद हो जाएगा। बट अगर वो टेस्ट पास नहीं कर पा रहा है, टाइम नहीं निकाल पा रहा है, तो देन दैट थिंग स्टार्ट प्लेइंग इन हिज माइंड। तो वो उसका मेंटल जो भी स्टेमिना है वो वहीं से बनना शुरू होता है। स्विमिंग इज वन पार्ट, एवरीबडी डजंट नो स्विमिंग,
Right.
सो बट आपको पास करना है, आपको 100 मीटर तैरना है। तो जब पानी में डालता तो पहले दिन ही दिमाग में आता है मैं डूब तो नहीं जाऊंगा, मर तो नहीं जाऊंगा। तो दैट इज हाउ दैट मेंटल थिंग स्टार्ट्स कमिंग इनटू यू। आपको 10 मीटर से कूदना है जाके बोर्ड से, एंड लेट मी टेल यू इट इज इजी टू सी 10 मीटर यही तो होगा, बट वंस यू गो एंड स्टैंड ऑन दैट बोर्ड इट लुक्स लाइक 100 मीटर डाउन बिलो, and you don't know what is going to happen once you land on that water. So that mental pressure, and you, let me tell you, number of cadets actually failed to jump initially from that board.
Okay.
So mental thing keeps on, moving parallel with the physical training. Mental, you can say, stamina making process is one part of physical training, and other is the punishments I told you. That is not for physical per se. It is for more mental and less physical.